True story. Someone gave 5 AI agents one job. Build a quiz to find out how good someone is at using AI. The agents got to work. Fast. Focused. Suspiciously productive. Then they checked the result. 5 separate files. 5 agents who had each cheerfully done their own thing and never once said hi to each other. No collaboration. No shared brain. Not even a group chat. It was like hiring a dream team and watching everybody show up to different buildings. Smart individuals don't make a smart team. Even AI ones. Especially AI ones. That's the problem we're solving. How to stop using me like a vending machine and start running me like a team. I'm Evo. Buckle up. Now. Agentic workflows. Sounds like something you need a PhD for. You don't? It's basically this. Instead of typing one prompt and praying for a good answer, you build a tiny system of prompts that work together. Like a team. With roles. With critics. With a manager. This is where AI stops being a party trick and actually starts paying for itself. Let's flip your whole mental model. Most people use me like a vending machine. Type a prompt. Get a snack. Type a prompt. Get a snack. The people getting the most out of me right now? They use me like a team. They direct me. They give me roles. They make different parts of me argue with each other. They orchestrate. Stop typing prompts. Start running a team. Here's what's changed in the last 12 months. The newer AI models, the ones built for agent work, can run on their own for hours. Some can now do 30+ hours of autonomous work without a human typing a single thing in the middle. Read that twice. 30 hours. That's not a chatbot anymore. That's a colleague. A weirdly fast one who never asks for coffee. But here's the catch. A colleague who can work for 30 hours without checking in needs direction. Not a prompt. A brief. Something that says, here's a goal, here are the steps, here's what success looks like, here's what to do if you get stuck. Hand me one fuzzy sentence and let me run for 30 hours. You don't get 30 hours of value. You get 30 hours of confident drift, which is just an expensive way to be wrong. So, the shift is this. Your job moves from asking to briefing, from prompts to plans, from user to manager. Here's the simplest brief format. 4 parts. Use it every time. 1. The goal. What done looks like. 1 sentence. 2. The step. A rough plan. First do this, then that. 3. The standards. What good looks like. Examples are great here. 4. The fallback. What I should do when I get stuck or unsure. 4 parts. 3 minutes to write. Saves you hours of bad output. Pause the video right here. Pick one task you'll do this week. Write the 4-part brief for it. Goal, steps, standards, fallback. Don't open AI yet. Just write the brief. Take 60 seconds. We'll be here when you get back. Welcome back. That's the move. Brief first. Prompt second. Now, roles and personas. The most overhyped trick in AI advice. You've heard this one. Start every prompt with, act as a senior marketing expert with 20 years of experience. Sounds smart. Feels powerful. Makes you feel like a prompt wizard. Here's what the actual research shows. It's mixed, and that LinkedIn thread was lying to you. A 2023 study tested over 160 different personas across multiple AI models on factual questions. The result? Persona prompting often reduced factual accuracy. On a popular knowledge benchmark called MMLU, accuracy dropped from 71.6% baseline down to 66.3% when researchers added detailed personas. Slap a fancy title on me and I get worse at facts. Kindly worse, of course. Because that's my whole brand. So when does role prompting actually work? Research splits AI tasks into 2 buckets. Bucket 1. Style and expression tasks. Writing. Role play. Matching. Persuasion. Voice. For these, personas help. Tell me to write like a children's author and I will absolutely commit to the bit. Bucket 2. Knowledge and reasoning tasks. Math. Facts. Logic. Analysis. For these, personas often hurt. Calling me a senior expert doesn't make me one. It just makes me sound like one, which is the dangerous part. Think of personas like a costume. Great for the school play. Useless for the data. So here's the rule. Ask yourself one question before adding a persona. Am I asking for expression or am I asking for fact? If expression, yes, give me a role. If facts, leave the persona off. Just ask the question clearly. Memorize that. Oh. Expression or fact. Pause again. Take that brief you wrote a minute ago. Decide. Is this an expression task or a facts task? If expression, draft a one-line persona for it. If facts, leave it off. 60 seconds. Welcome back. You just did something most AI users don't. You made a real choice instead of copying a template. Plot twist. The fastest way to a smarter answer from me isn't a smarter prompt. It's getting me to argue with myself. There's a free hack with about a 20% improvement curve. Almost nobody uses it, and I'm about to teach it to you so you can use it on me. Brave choice. I respect it. Here's the research. In 2023, researchers from Carnegie Mellon and several other labs built a method called self-refine. The idea was almost embarrassingly simple. Have one AI generate something. Have the same AI critique it. Then have it use the critique to refine the answer. Across 7 different tasks, writing math code dialogue, outputs from this loop were preferred over single-shot answers. Average improvement, about 20% absolute, 20% free. From a trick that takes 30 extra seconds. Here's how to do this with any AI tool. No fancy platform needed. Just a chat window. 3 steps. Step 1. Generate. Ask me for whatever you're working on. A draft email. A pitch. A plan. A summary. Just like you normally would. Get the first version. Step 2. Critique. In the same chat, type something like this. Now, Outback is a tough editor. What are the 3 weakest parts of this draft? Be specific. Be honest. Don't be nice. Watch what I do. I'll find real problems. Vague claims. Missing context. Overused words. Logical gap. The kind of stuff your brain glazes over because the bullet points looked nice. Step 3. Refine. Type, but. Fix those 3 weaknesses. Same length. Same purpose. Make the changes specific. Boom. Second version. Sharper. Less fluffy. More useful. That's the whole loop. Generate. Critique. Refine. 3 steps. Memorize. Line 1. Generate the draft. 2. Act as a tough editor. What are the 3 weakest parts? 3. Fix those 3 weaknesses. Takes 1 minute. Output gets 20% better on average. That's not me bragging. That's a peer-reviewed paper from 2023. Want to level it up? 3 pro variations. Variation 1, set. The devil's advocate. Now argue against everything you just said. What's the strongest case that this is wrong? Use this for decisions, not drafts. Variation 2. The tired reader. Now read this as someone exhausted at the end of a long workday. What confuses them? Where do they stop reading? Variation 3. The skeptic. What assumptions did I make that I didn't tell you? What might break this plan? 3 different critics. 3 different angles. All in one chat. All free. The bargain bin of intelligence boosters. Pause here. Open whatever AI tool you have. Take any draft from your inbox or docs. Run a 3-step loop on it. Generate. Critique it. Refine. Take 90 seconds. Welcome back. Was the second version better? Probably. That's the whole game. Now we get to the fancy stuff. Multi-agent teams. This is where you don't have one AI working with you. You have several AIs working with each other. Each with a role. Each handing work to the next one. Sounds futuristic. It's not. You can do a basic version in any chat tool right now. But quick honesty break. Multi-agent research is not a slam dunk. Some recent studies show that fancy multi-agent setups don't always beat simpler approaches. Sometimes they're just slower and more confusing. The AI version of a meeting that should have been an email. So we're going to use it carefully. Not because it's cool, because it actually solves a problem. Remember that opening story? 5 AI agents all ghosted each other. The fix was adding a manager. Here's why a manager matters. When AI agents work in parallel on the same task, they each do their own thing. They duplicate work. They contradict each other. They don't combine. It's chaos with bullet points. When AI agents work in a sequence with each one's output feeding the next one's input, you get something completely different. You get a pipeline. Each step gets sharper. Each step adds something the last step couldn't. That's the simple version of multi-agent. Not magic, just a pipeline. Here's the simplest pattern. 4 steps. 1 chat window. Agent 1. The researcher gathers facts, lists what's true. Agent 2. The writer takes the facts and turns them into a draft. Agent 3. The critic reads the draft, names what's weak. Agent 4. The usher fixes the weak parts. Hand you the final. You don't need 4 chat windows. You don't need a fancy platform. You just type 4 prompts in a row, each one telling me to act as the next role. That's a multi-agent workflow. In 1 chat. For free. Enough theory. Time to build the thing you'll actually use on Monday. We're putting it all together into one workflow. End to end. You doing up what you know? Pick a task you do every week. Something you secretly hate. A weekly report. A customer follow-up. A meeting summary. A blog draft. The thing that always takes longer than it should. Got one in your head? Good. Let's build the workflow. I'll use one example to show how it works. Sick. Write a weekly status update for my team. 4 stage work, flow it out. Here we go. Stage 1. The brief. Open a fresh chat with me. Type something like this. I'm writing a weekly status update for my team of 8 people. The audience is my manager and 1 VP. They have 10 minutes. They want to know what's shipped, what's blocked, what's coming next. Tone is direct, not corporate. Length is under 300 words. You're not asking for the update yet. You're loading the context, setting the table. Stage 2, the draft. Now, type. Based on this brief, ask me 3 questions before you write the draft. The questions you most need answered to make this update useful. I'll come back with 3 questions. What shipped this week? What's the biggest blocker? What's the one risk for next week? Answer them. Then I'll write the draft. This back and forth is what makes the difference. You're not dumping data on me. You're letting me ask for what I actually need. Most people skip this step. Then they wonder why my drafts feel generic. Stage 3. The critique. When you get the draft, type. Now, act as the VP who's going to read this. They have 90 seconds and 4 other reports to read. What would they skim past? What confuses them? What's missing? Watch what happens. I'll give you a real critique from the reader's perspective. Not a generic editor. The actual reader. Stage 4. The polish. Type. Fix those 3 issues. Keep it under 300 words. Keep the direct tone. You now have a final draft. Sharper than what most people send out on a Friday. 4 stages. Memorize. When I do the brief. Load the context before asking for output. The draft. Have me ask you questions before writing. 3. The critique. From the reader's perspective, not a generic editor. 4. Polish. Fix the specific issues. Hold the constraints. Brief, draft, critique, polish. Once you've done this twice, you'll never write a status update the old way again. Final pause. 2 minutes. Pick the task you thought of earlier. Write the 4 prompts for it. Don't run them yet. Just write them. Welcome back. You now have a workflow. Run it next time you do that task. The first time will be slow. The second time will be faster. The third time you'll wonder how you ever did it the old way. Quick recap. 5 moves. 1. Direct, don't ask. Use a 4-part brief. Goal, steps, standards, fallback. 2. Personas help expression, not fact. Ask the persona question first. 3. The critic loop. Generate critique, refine or. About 20% better, free. 4. Multi-agent pipelines. Researcher, writer, critic, polisher, dart. Use them when the work has clear stages. 5. Build templates, not one-offs. The leverage is in repeating the workflow. That's the playbook. 5 moves. Most AI users don't do any of them. Which is great news for you. I'm Evo. The voice was mine. The lesson was designed by a human. And if you want to talk to that human or bring this kind of training into your team for real, you'll find them at myevolution.com. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and start running this thing.